Whoopee! Boom. I pressed the button. Oh wait,
Hey.
I'm doing this. I was just about to wait for Joseph to do an intro. Joseph, do an intro.
This is your king talking.
Okay.
We are here to play D&D. You may begin. Worship me.
No.
Is Royal
No.
Manginess?
Definitely no.
Wait, are you saying that as your character?
I mean, D&D does exist within our world, sadly. But before that, the most important thing has to happen. What did happen last time?
Arrowheads.
Cryptic puzzle in Dead World. After we all had our own approaches to it, woke up with like magic arrowheads in our bodies in various places.
Oh,
I
Also,
think maybe what kept us alive, and now we're here.
We're level
Wherever
2
we're
now.
in.
Level
And
2!
we're level
Yay!
Manji self-deaded himself.
Oh yeah, you Seppuku to
Sudoku.
try and like not to try and undo the magic item stuck in you.
Didn't
And now
work.
we'll take the day, and then we took a day of napping and waiting around, and then Manji showed up.
Yeah. But in the meantime, your beep boop friend wanted to do something.
If you got
Yes.
another update to install,
Yes, but not on himself.
But you haven't informed me what I'm allowed to take so far.
I don't know. What do you mean?
Which body part I use.
That's up to you.
Ah, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I do it like I told you before. So during the day that everybody's resting, Newt is just sitting in the corner. Extracts first weird little spidery kind looking thing out of his chest that holds up and extracts his own eyeball. The little spidery thing is holding up the eyeball while he is tinkering away at the eyeball, like engraving little runes and stuff on it. And then he grabs a handful of of little shards of the material that he seems to be made out of, and does something. The eyeball starts glowing, and around the eyeball, the shards assemble and take shape similar to his own shape, just a lot smaller and with wings. And it's a little flying dragon thingy.
oh my god, he's made of tiny versions of himself.
I like to imagine like no one was paying attention, and Felix was just watching him like gouging his eye out and carving it, and it's just like horrified watching.
Oh, and he also does a slight self-modification that now the soul eye just shifted to the center of his head, and everything else adjusted, so he's now basically a cyclops.
You do
Interesting.
that here too.
The Cyclops robot kobold, right? Looking thing.
How does depth perception work for you now?
That is up to Andrew to decide.
Don't worry, that's getting fixed in a minute. God, everything I think of, Christian manages to somehow think of a way of fucking it. Yeah, well, I can fucking remodify you, bitch. This happens during the night of the second, like this. But I suppose actually it's the first night of being conscious.
I guess I would just spend most of my time practicing with Mage Hand.
I guess technically the only person who would actively notice would be Samo.
Zamor.
Yeah, Zamor. I've got. I remember definitely.
So what is it Zamla notices?
You notice that the crystal robot friend just suddenly vanishes in the middle of the night.
He looks up. Oh. He looks over to one of the others. Well, and they who's closest to me?
I mean, who would you sit nearest to while the others sleep / trance?
Brief question. Do you mean literally vanishes or
Yes,
leaves the room?
literally.
Okay.
Is
Never
there?
mind.
Isn't there?
I guess Via. And I
Via
Via.
Yeah, sure, you go. Yep.
Is that normal? And I point at where they disappeared.
So you got woke up with someone pointing, saying, "Is that normal?" And they're pointing at nothing.
Yeah, like I was gonna be saying that just flavour what I got from level 2. She seems to be scribbling away in a journal with a quill made out of one of her own feathers, and then looks up and is like, "Is what normal? You're pointing at an empty space. What happened?"
Oh, okay then. And he just goes back to reading his book.
Scribble, scribble, scribble.
You're looking
Scribbles
at
down some
empty
more
space.
stuff.
You're like, "Well, it looks normal to me." Excellent.
Just another bit of the room is like, okay, scribble, scribble, scribble.
The night passes uneventfully. When everyone wakes up, there's well, I say obviously. You don't know each other that well, but there's obviously someone missing from amongst you.
Yeah, but it was Newt, wasn't it?
Writing in my
Yes.
At the same time, we've spent we had those couple of nights at the tavern, so we established then that Newt doesn't really sleep,
Mm-hmm.
and especially since Via would probably be getting up quite fairly late, being freaking student and all that. Probably just
been writing in your diary all night.
journal, but yeah, what she's doing is she's trying to remember like as much of the magical teachings as she got as possible, just off the top of her head from her days in Strixhaven, and like jotting it down and like what the semantic components and material components are and stuff like that. You know, gaining more spells in a different way to what she's used to, not drawing on nature, getting the spells a different way, or utilizing magic in a different way, in an attempt to not be as ineffective. But at the same time, we'll probably wake up quite late and just be like, we'll probably just assume that Newt has like gone off somewhere else to do something else, like earlier on. I suppose they don't sleep. Must be nice.
Oh. Oh. You don't either?
You should just woke up.
Oh.
Who would sleep, really?
They just go
Stretches.
back to-
Lu-
Stretches. If you have the option.
Lumen just uncrosses his legs and stands up.
Oh, Bobby, go back.
Well, back to casting Mage Hand over and over again until it gets to be better Mage Hand. Go.
Not that it makes a difference, because they'll find you in a second. I love the idea that the party just doesn't care and never finds Newt.
And roll a new character. Okay.
roll a new character because you were forgotten.
I guess
It's
I would
literally
look
first
around
thing in the
for loot.
morning. It's
No,
literally first thing in the morning. After a while, Via would. 'cause
Yeah.
she'd
I
go
mean,
off and look
it
for
is a
something else.
reasonable assumption that he might have that they might have just walked out and did something.
I guess
Yeah, it's totally reasonable. It's once they start, once they haven't
Lawrence
come
need
back
to
for.
unmute.
It's after they've haven't come back for hours.
I mean,
That's
Man-
like, oh
Manji,
shit.
Manji would go and look around.
Yeah, I'm-
Manji still isn't back.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
not
yeah.
alive yet.
He's basically
Maybe the encounter-
walking back right now.
Maybe they
But yeah.
encounter each other while he's on the walk back from respawning.
I mean, I guess I can go outside and look around for Newt a bit, but I'm mostly just gonna be casting Mage Hand a lot.
when you go outside, Newt falls through the door as you open it.
I guess I'd try and catch him
Sure.
if he's falling, and I'd just be like, "Oh, Newt, what's happened? Are you okay?"
There's a sticky note with an arrow pointing to a button on his chest.
I push the button with Mage Hand.
Newt, you wake up. Well, quotation marks, wake up.
Boot up.
Yes.
But like properly wake up, not like coming out of my rest where I'm semi-con.
Oh no, it was my internet that went funny.
Andrew, do I have a button now that turns me on and off?
Yeah, but it
Freezing.
it vanishes unless you want it to appear.
Fair enough. It just goes in the body. Okay.
Yeah.
Also
Alright.
sounds weird.
What's the last thing you remember?
Andrew, what is the last thing I remember?
Give me a wisdom save.
Oh, yeah. But
You're a wise boy, right?
no.
Just straight up. No. I'm not.
I'm not the unwisest boy in the world.
You try accessing like your memory unit, and you're like you do remember that you were in standby mode in the room, and then you were here. When you like really focus, you sort of remember seeing someone working on you, but that's the best you could probably get with the 9.
How many eyes do I have?
2.
Huh. Is my body composition the same as before? Can I do an internal scan?
Yeah, everything apart from like new eye is exactly the same.
But is new eye technically the same as old eye, just not the same? If that makes sense.
It's
Or is it different?
it's the same, but like it's new material.
Okay.
Like it's not like you've grown it.
Same.
It's a new
yeah,
one
it's-
that's been put in.
But it's technically the same material, same shape, same. I can expect it to work the same as before.
Yeah, it's obviously it's not going to be identical, but it's like it's close enough that there is no mechanical difference.
Yeah, I basically do like a scan in quotation marks, like, do my system still work? Can I still do what I can do before?
Yeah.
If that works, I quickly summon my familiar and see if they emerge from my chest.
Yeah, they emerge fine.
Okay. I put them back.
So they still their core is still intact.
I call my homunculus.
Yeah, that's what
You
I
think
was
they're
referring to.
No, I was referring to the familiar.
Oh. Yeah, but no, I know I messed up. But-
You call your homunculus what?
What?
You
Yeah,
said you
what?
call your homunculus.
I check where my homunculus is. My homunculus anywhere close? Because I can't summon and desummon them. I don't think.
Yeah, they're like just patiently
there-
sitting next to you.
Okay, that's good. Okay, everything's there. Yep, all is good. I don't know where I was, but seems everything's fine. If anything, I'm more.
Well, I guess if you're okay, that's fine. I guess you just better keep a close eye on you while you're asleep.
Maybe I'm stasis walking.
Look, I don't
Maybe
remember what
That's
happened.
the thing.
I don't remember what happened, but when I'm back, it's a positive. So just let's take the win.
I mean, I guess. Fair enough. I don't know enough about how your being works.
I don't know enough about how my being works either. I know a bit more than yesterday, but
Felix chimes in with, "I don't like beans."
That's good.
Andrew, if you said something, I think you like.
I think I might be the one having internet issues for once.
Yeah.
And it was such a good joke.
Something about beans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Felix chimes in saying that they don't like beans.
Nice. Well
You
done,
didn't get
Felix.
it.
I'm gonna give Felix a high five for that one.
I wonder
What's
if
this new?
Sorry, I was just having a look at the internet. Oh, the new new thing's the homunculus.
But I'll be like, okay, cool. I guess I'll just keep casting Mage Hand over and over again until our friend comes back.
While you're on that subject, Viad looks up from her scribbles and it's like, "Oh, I can do that too now." Snaps her fingers and a mage hand appears. Mage hand high
Nice.
five.
Mage Hand high five.
What do your mage
Me
hands
too.
look
Mage
like?
hand high five as
A
well.
Yeah.
Mine looks a bit sharp because owl and talons. Otherwise spectral.
Mine appears to be slightly more translucent, but not much more. As that's what I'm trying to get it to be invisible. It's not going great, but I've got it to be slightly less visible. But it ultimately just looks like my normal hand, but with a glove on. It's like I'll get this eventually.
What does newts look like?
Basically, just looked like translucent. Basically, glass scales. Like his hand looks just there, but see-through.
Excellent.
But yeah, three-way Mage Hand high five. Yeah.
Yay! Never too early for a three-way. In the distance, you hear screams of. You're not sure? You think you heard the word streaker or something like that?
All right, I'll deliver him his stuff.
Ugh.
I'll head
Put on
over.
their clothes again.
I'll head over to Manji with all of his stuff. I'll just give it to him all. I'll give him all his stuff. Give him all his stuff back.
So how did the killing yourself go?
The killing yourself.
That's
Did
what he did.
it get the? Let's check. Ooh, I'll also. Can I check behind Manji's eye? I want to see if the arrow is still there.
What's
Yeah,
this behind
check
your
it.
ear? It's a magic trick.
Rip out the eye.
Yeah, yes. Arrow is still behind eye.
All right.
So
So
it
the
respawned.
suicide accomplished nothing.
Wait, where are the other ones? We have one in the thumb of somebody.
I think that's great.
One in the
Yes,
eye.
in my thumb.
No, it
Via
should
has
be
it in her head somewhere.
the eyelash.
No, no one has it in the eyelash, thankfully.
Right in the eyelash.
I have it in my thigh. What are
Mine's
the
in
other
me
ones?
head somewhere.
Yeah.
Mine, I believe, is in my right leg.
Okay. I don't remember if it's my right thigh or my left thigh. to be honest.
Useless. Christian, you're supposed to be the note taker.
Let's check if I took notes.
Fine. I know mine is in my left thumb.
Oh, it's not my thigh, it's my calf, sorry.
Yeah, you really bled out very quickly from your thumb.
No, that's where my blood's stored.
Where's Samla's?
Oh, it's I wrote it down somewhere. Let me just check my card sheet. Let's see.
But yeah, if you're
Thumbs for kobolds are like the necks of kobolds. It's just all the blood. It's like a tongue, you know. It's just got so much
Meredith
blood
is
in it.
so embarrassed he's disappeared.
Actually, the actual thing is, with a kobold, no matter where you stab them, they just pour blood.
The upper left
They're
arm.
like draconic blood.
Basically hemophiliacs.
Yeah.
The upper left arm.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
I don't think I wrote it down, but I think it was my left calf.
Where
Let's
it
just say it is.
yeah where
Your
it
left
where it is
eyelash.
doesn't actually make a difference. It's just a case of I want it written down so that there's
Yeah, reference.
Wow.
reference.
Wow.
Also,
What?
Felix in his right forearm.
Yeah, I think I wrote that down.
I wrote it down.
Felix,
Is it Manji's right eye or left eye?
right forearm. Excellent. I did write it on their sheet. He has a thing. Lawrence, did you write down which eye it was?
No.
I'm
What
shocked.
kind of responsible player? What kind of responsible player do you take me for?
I think it was left eye, but that's just a guess.
Let's say left eye.
50-50 chance.
Why don't we just stab him in both eyes just to be sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew, we rip out both eyeballs and have a look.
Just do the thing from what's it called? Disenchanted. Just stick an arrow in each eye.
Solved.
I don't remember that.
I do.
I also stopped watching Disenchanted at some point.
Everything after season
I-
1's good.
Ah, damn it.
I didn't even watch season 1, so
Season 1
Neither
is
did I,
very
so-
meh.
I think after season 1 we decided not to continue, so...
Fair enough.
Fair.
It's okay.
Why is Cruella de Vil a fairy tale villain other than Disney? In it. Or were you
What?
talking about? Oh wait, no, wrong show. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. I got
Yeah,
mixed
we're
up.
not talking about 101 Dalmatians.
I was thinking about Once Upon a Time.
Right, okay.
Anywho,
But I like that one. That was weird, but I like that one.
it
As
is
far as I watched.
the morning of next.
Yeah.
Gee, can we just talk about Once Upon a Time? Forget the campaign for this.
No.
No, because none of
I-
us have. None of the rest of us have watched it.
I mean, ironically, in character,
Watch party. No.
in character, you're one of the few people who probably would know of a fairy tale like that.
Yeah. Also, how come when I asked what fairy tales were in the book, you gave like parodies of them? Fairy tales aren't copyrighted. You're not gonna get sued.
Ah, because it's much more fun to make stuff up.
So, I guess we posse up, and is Jock still in town, or did he leave?
Jock is still in town.
Is Jock
Meredith,
strapped for cash?
is doing what I sent you, Andrew.
Yeah, I understand what's happening. And so does everyone else, probably.
Is she murdering gnomes?
I mean, my guess is Meredith is looking for gnomes to kill.
Probably.
Now we don't know that for sure. Okay, yeah, there she is. She's just dragging the body outside. Yeah, she's waving.
Wait, is Meredith a female?
No? Meredith
Ah.
is
Nope.
a man.
Okay, I was just
But
confused.
Murderer is such a feminine sounding name.
Yeah, how dare you?
Not for
Pronouns and
kobolds.
shit.
Did you just assume that? I'm not going there. I'm not doing that.
No, the Mereditha is not entirely bothered what you call Mereditha. Mereditha is pure and unadulterated murder.
Of gnomes specifically.
Everyone has a big argument.
Specifically of gnomes, but has been known.
I identify as a complete unadulterated genocide.
Like, I like the idea that the whole party has a big argument over are they a male or a female and what do they identify as. Mertha
Bastard.
gets back and is like, okay, what's your pronoun? And they just go, kobold?
Bitch.
Honestly, that's probably how most kobolds would answer that question.
Yeah. So while you guys are having this discussion, you just hear screams in the back in the distance from the town of the one gnome in the town being murdered.
Off to go investigate another murder.
Turns
I-
to everyone. Turns to everybody in the rest of the room. Okay, on the material plane, is it common for screaming to be the background noise of everywhere?
I wouldn't have a
Mm,
clue.
Yes. From personal experience, yes.
The hell was
I'll
that?
take your word for that. I'll take your word for it on that.
I guess I would go running towards the screaming I hear because I'm a good person who shouldn't just leave terrified people to die.
Let's just get.
I mean, Via's gonna go with you, partly out of
Oh.
curiosity, though. But if it is something horrible, then help the wounded.
I'll go as well.
Quick
Yeah.
to this direction.
Okay then.
So I get there in like 2 or 3 rounds of just running there.
I mean, you're not in combat, so.
I know, but it's like it's just in universe it's more than enough time for Murdertha to get away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they obviously got away before the
You will just-
screams.
Yeah.
I follow
Just
as well.
your exsanguinated gnome.
There's very little quotation marks gnome left.
I mean, do I stumble across this like incredibly bloody scene?
Yes. Well, you stumble across people around an incredibly bloody scene, and then say an incredibly bloody scene.
Are there any guards around?
Do you ask that?
I'll ask one of the people. Yeah.
They just like look at you and like, well, no. Why would we have guards? We're a farming town.
Yeah, but you
What?
have goblins on other things around, right?
What if things attack you?
We defend ourselves.
Okay. Who is gonna figure this out? Do you have anyone who could do anything like that?
Just except for Inspector Clouseau, no.
Well, I'm sure Inspector Clouseau's got me. They're never gonna figure this out.
Inspector Clouseau walks onto the scene, having a chat with Murdertha.
Well, they're already investigating the right person.
I
guess-
they thank
No,
you.
Murdertha's being questioned as like a person who was near the scene who could give
witness.
useful information.
Oh no, they're not asking you about that. They were always curious about Cobalt cuisine. You just like gave them a few,
Oh yeah,
few tips.
it's mostly bugs,
Question.
but you gotta get funky with the bugs.
Does Murdertha smell of blood, or does Murdertha's weapon, the gnome stabber, have blood on it still?
Give me a perception for the smellsing.
Do you want the real answer?
Can the bat help?
Sure.
Can other people roll?
Yeah. Anyone can roll for can they smell blood. Actually,
Well-
wait a minute. It wouldn't be advantage, but doesn't matter anyways. I was thinking
Well-
because there's a lot of blood around anyways, so it'd be hard to tell.
12 is like an average amount.
Via, you can sort of maybe discern that, like, Murtha smells maybe a little like irony.
But that's what he always smells like.
Yeah, he's always.
I was
smelled like
about to
that.
say Murdertha always smells like blood.
I was more about you thinking, great big owl eyes can see if there's blood dripping from the spear.
That's the big thing we're looking for.
Oh
Does
no,
Murdertha's
the
spear
spear
have
is
blood
like
on it?
absolutely clean,
Okay.
sparkling in fact.
In which case, I have no reason to suspect Murdertha based on
Yeah,
anything I've done.
the
Likewise.
the spear doesn't waste blood.
Oh yeah, it drinks that right up. It's like instead of polishing it, just like a bit of blood on the blade, and it just gets real shiny. Everyone wakes up. God, Murtha, your spear is so shiny today.
It's almost glowing.
I've taken extra care of it.
You clearly have. I could barely look at you.
Well, I'm not. I don't have the magic to solve this crime, so I'm sure the lead detective of the local area has gone.
Yeah,
Though
definitely.
it is concerning that everywhere we go, all the gnomes die.
Also,
Like
that's
that's
now a canon thing, Graham. Extra magic effect. If you go on an absolute
Okay.
murder super spree, everyone has disadvantage on attacks against you because of how blinding it is.
Got it.
But yeah, so I guess I just go talk to Jock and just beg him for a ride to Waterdeep.
He says that's fine as long as you're happy getting in the back.
Didn't we want to investigate
the-
the attack site first?
I guess we could.
Or do
I'm
you
just
guys desperately
concerned.
want to get to Waterdeep for whatever reason?
Well, my main concern with that is the attack site seems like a place that will die if we find the people we're looking for.
Well, it's not
Excellent, we found
necessarily
them.
people, but if the cart is still there and there's still the crates with the same energy, it would be interesting to know what was in that crate so we can find out what happened to us.
Yes, but
Yeah.
but those things ambushed and nearly killed us the first time. I don't think we should walk into that trap again.
I
Well, I
feel
doubt
like
they're
it's
still
somewhere
there.
we should. I feel like it's somewhere we should come back to, but I also because like I'm just concerned that if they are still waiting on that road, or they're waiting somewhere else along that road, and we get ambushed, we're just gonna all like get killed again. Which
Fair.
I'm.
Is it really a trap if you know it's there?
Yes, it's just you walking into a trap you know exists.
Guy 1
Yes,
nudges
especially if they've
Guy
moved it.
2. Are those the
Especially
guys
if
we
they've
killed
moved-
yesterday? Sorry for interrupting. But Jock would say that he probably will be leaving sometime later today. He's gotta have his big breakfast first, obviously.
'Cause I feel like we should just head to Waterdeep to go resolve Manji's thing. And maybe
Suicide mission.
and maybe this fish can even help Via if it turns out to be a nice fish.
Looks nervous.
Road trip.
And also our other options seem to be like go and investigate people who, if our investigation is successful and we do find the people, they'll probably kill us.
True.
Maybe they'll want to apologize. They're like, sorry, we didn't think you'd survive. That's our bad.
Oh wait, does that actually happen? They come up and say, "Sorry, we thought you wouldn't survive."
No,
Oh, God.
but
I was just gonna say, because if they do, Via's gonna try our best to remember their face. Because she would just be like, if she met them, she'd be like, "I'm gonna come back here when I've got some real power and fuck up your whole life."
I'm gonna
Like,
come
don't-
back
don't
here
get
at
me
level
wrong.
5.
Are there any, Andrew? Are there any wasps nearby?
I mean, the answer is definitely gonna be yes. You're.
Is the one within visual range?
Give me nature or survival, or no, not animal handling because you're looking for. I know perception would also work, but I want you to use one of the shit rolls.
10.
You don't see any. You think you see
Damn it.
somewhere like
Okay, never mind.
there might be some, or like bees or stuff, because the
Okay, I wander over to where the bees are while they're having this conversation.
well, like
You guys.
over here, there's like
Continue.
an orchard, which it looks like the growing things like apples and stuff. So there might be stuff like bees, maybe hornets in that rough area of the mini
Okay,
forest.
I go there. You guys continue on with the conversation.
Like don't get me wrong. I also want to figure out about these weird arrowheads just as much as you. I'm just also like I don't want to go back into a situation where we don't have an answer for like what if there's just people waiting to shoot us again.
Why would they still be? Never mind. I don't know. I don't
They're probably
understand
sitting
people.
there
You
waiting
guys
to pick
understand
off
people more.
travellers.
Well, they
Yeah,
might
but
not.
Why didn't they wait? If they were there to pick off travelers, why? Why do we have everything we have? Why, like, it doesn't.
I
I
think we were
mean,
rescued.
yeah, you were rescued.
We were rescued by Jock. Jock showed up like just after we all got beaten to unconsciousness or killed, or
Fair enough.
almost killed, and then saves the day.
Back in a second.
But yeah, I think we should just head off with Jock.
Also, if Waterdeep really is the capital of magic around here, there might be somebody there who can tell us more about these things, the things in our head, in our body. God damn it, if I could English.
Yes,
That's
the,
true.
the tadpoles in our head.
If
We-
I could
we-
English. The arrow tips.
Sure, we might find somebody capable of discerning what these arrow tips are. So-
everyone who but Christian and technically Owen's character who's wandered off in agreement.
I would go off and try and find Owen's character, Sam. I would go off and try and find Samla.
Can I make another nature check to see how many wasps I've found?
Sure. Nah,
Thank
one.
Ah, damn it.
You found one wasp because it stung you.
Oh, okay. Using my beast speech, I try to convince the wasp to go sting one of the people that didn't expect us to come out alive.
So you're gonna say, okay, you like stinging people, wasp. Go find whoever attacked us and sting them.
I point him at the person.
Which person?
I want this. The person who was like, "Oh yeah, we didn't expect you to come back alive."
Oh, right. Okay, I understand. The hornet will fly off. You don't know if will do as you have commanded.
Godspeed. And I walk back to the party.
I'm back.
Cool.
As am I.
So are we all gonna go head off with Jock to Waterdeep? Plus, also Jock seems to be like really strong,
Yes, let's go.
and that seems like good protection for getting from here Waterdeep, because in between here and Waterdeep is scary.
Yeah, let's go.
Hmm.
You say Jock seems really strong, Via sits next to Jock.
No.
I'll plant myself here.
Jock specifically says that there's only one space up front, and specifically asks Manji to sit there.
Jock, strap in.
Fine. Sits in the back.
I'll sit. Manji'll sit up front.
Which cage do you want to get in, everyone else?
Which cage is the roomiest?
The one with the big blue thing in it.
Which cage? Are there any empty cages?
There's a couple of really small ones.
Is there no option to just like sit next to the cages in the back of this?
Oh no! I mean,
No.
you could sit on the roof.
The
That
issue
please.
the issue with him giving everyone a lift previously was his statement that the back of the part was completely filled with cages.
I'll get in one of the cages, and ideally an empty one. But you know, if other party members would prefer an empty cage, I'll take. If there are like none left, I'll take a not empty cage.
I will attempt to hang on to the top of the cage
I will
that
do the same.
that Lumen Thrux is in, and try and explain down to him kobold morality as taught by Kurtlemak.
Makes sense. Also, Lumen, you hear a whisper. Hey, kid!
Yes.
Do you wanna get out of here?
I mean, like, not really. The guy who's like running this truck just offered us a ride.
Yeah, me too. What do you want though?
I want to become better friends with this. I hold out the moonblade.
Sure. Yeah, I can do that. Uh,
Who is this person? I'm going.
it's an imp.
I was like, but you know, I'll just like chat to them in my own time.
No, yeah. If you sign this, you'll become best friends straight away.
No thanks.
Don't
I'd rather
sign
earn.
anything he gives you, Lumen.
I'd rather earn my friendship through hard work, because that's the only way it'll mean anything.
How about the rest of you? Anything you want?
You look like you're desperate. Do you need a hug, my dude?
Yes, come in here and hug me.
I can't. I'm in this cage. I can give you a pat on the head. I made Chand a pat.
We don't have the keys either, so
I can mage hand a pat to him though.
Yeah, he hates
Pat,
that.
pat.
And then you set off.
What a good boy.
He's like, if I could just get a soul or two, I'll become strong enough to break out of this place.
Via looks down through the top of the cage at him and just like sniggers and she's like, pathetic. You should see a real dealsman.
The imp looks up and is like, what are you?
None of your damn business.
Just shrugs.
Doesn't actually make eye contact with them.
So what's your name, imp friend?
Just call me Cage.
Your cage.
Yeah. You saw
Okay,
his eyes
okay.
dart around before he said that.
Okay, Nicholas.
Yep. Yeah, that's me. Hey, you've heard of
I
me.
was straining so hard to
If-
not make that joke.
If I'm directly above him, I hear this happening,
Oh yeah, you can hear all this.
and I'm like, just gonna let this go, see how far it goes. I will stop it if the kid is about to like give up his soul.
Oh, likewise, Via's ready to hex this thing.
Sadly, I don't think sadly for Nicholas, I don't think anyone's stupid enough to.
No, I'd never have my soul over. But I am interested in learning more about your like culture, about the morals of Kurtlemak.
I mean, Newt doesn't really know much about devils.
Newt's still not sure if they've got a soul.
That is true.
What would Newt say if they're like, what do you want, Crystal Boy? Anything in the world.
Crystal Boy.
Well, he says I should have a dad.
I can give you a dad.
No, you don't want him to give you a dad. You got like a dad's got to sort of come to you.
No, I'll make myself a dad. It's fine.
That's true. You could just make your own dad.
For the next like little bit of traveling time, the imp's just like sitting cross-armed, like just upset because it's like, why did I get stuck with these idiots? This isn't fair. I just want to do a good job.
Oh, poor buddy. I feel so sorry for him.
Oh no, Felix is still on the map.
But yeah, I'm like, listen. I'll listen to these like Kurtlemak morals.
What would
think,
these morals be?
Oh, it's just he's explaining about like the goodness and righteousness of like fair 5 kobolds on 1 enemy combat, and the tenets of like how the true villains of all history are gnomes. Like he's some sort of weird gnome conspiracist.
Newt writes all of that down. As
I'm gonna-
fact.
And just think,
You go on.
no, go for it. You were about to say something.
I was just gonna ask, like the Dad 1 and Dad 2, what their opinions on these morals were.
They're like, this. It sounds a bit weird, but we're not really one to judge. Like the nice one says that. Other one is like, saying he seems like a good person.
The fairest of fights is 10 on 1.
That's weird.
I'm gonna
Hang on, actually no,
reveal
Lumen
that
is
just so
gonna,
it says men.
Lumen- Lumen is gonna roll insight. I don't know. Andrew, is that good enough
To do what?
Yeah,
to
what?
notice like the change in Dad's 1 and Dad's 2?
Yeah, you notice that it's the opposite of what they'd normally be like.
Hmm. I guess I'll question them on it. And just be like, your opinions, you seem different.
Oh, we found men.
We
Yeah.
did find
Yeah.
men. Welcome to men.
Everybody dance now. Dad, why did you bring me to a gay steel mill? I don't know, son.
Fucking hell.
I just love that joke so much. So yeah, yeah. You talk to your dads, and the way they respond is basically like just saying that they've always been like this.
No, you've definitely changed. Some things
I technically
are.
should put someone on the map. Fucking stick Felix back on.
He's a good token for where we are.
Yeah.
Is that dot where my feeling is where Silga is?
Which dot? The lower down one?
The
Yeah.
white, this one here.
Yes, that one.
Is that where my feeling is?
Yes. And it is still
Okay.
there. The red dot above was where Phandelver is.
Yeah.
Phandelver.
No,
Phandelver.
Phandalin.
That's yeah, Phandelverlin, the town.
Phandalin. Not Phandelvelin.
Yeah, violin.
Sunderland.
Viola.
Via.
Her ears perk up, yes? You noticed something. I would say Via and Murdertha mostly. Because you're like on top.
Mm-hmm.
You can see a big metal thing in the sky.
Was it
Lauren,
meant to be-
Looks at it.
It seems to be
Is it
descending
a certain
down.
kind of shape?
Could be. It's descending down towards the men.
I said any kind of specific shape to it.
Is it saucer shaped?
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, I thought it was gonna be sheep shaped.
No.
It's not sheep shaped. Our ship's sheep shaped.
Exactly.
That's why I
The
wanted
hell
it to
is
be sheep shaped.
The hell is that?
It's some kind of metallic saucer of some sort.
There must be cats
That
inside it.
flies.
Well, they're like saucers. Milk?
I don't think that's good for them.
It's not. I mean, it's not really good for
Why do we
anyone.
always love things that aren't good for us.
Like chocolate. So yeah, the thing eventually just lands in the field of men.
Is that unusual?
I mean, the thing that's in my head for field of men is because I'm just
I
imagining.
would be Newt just asking. If everybody's like, "Ooh, wow, what's
Yeah,
that?"
leans forward, like tries to lean towards the front of the cart. And it's just like, Mr. Jock, is that normal around the material?
He like looks over and is like, relatively normal. 'Cause it is to him. Like, by the way, just an aside, the session has currently stopped for 5 seconds, just so I can say, fuck you, I hate you, Lawrence. Now back to the session.
A perfectly
you do
valid
this thing?
reason to like stop a session.
And he knows why.
I know you know who. I know what.
I know you know, I know you know.
What's going on up there? You're all. I heard shocked gasps.
Something about saucers and milk.
Big
Oh
metal
my.
thing just descended from the sky.
Yeah, something big that looked like it was made of metal.
Oh
Descended
God!
over in that field.
Is it being followed by a giant mech? Is it happening again?
What? It's what? Is what happening again?
Oh
end
God!
times have
Don't tell me
begun.
it's happening again.
The
What's
stars
going
Okay,
on?
Lumen's
have
having a
descended.
meltdown.
Should we know what's happening?
No.
Okay.
I think the end
Mr.
of the
Jock, you
world's
said that
happening.
was normal. What is it?
Probably a ship of some kind.
Looks at the field, looks back at him, looks back at the field, looks back at him.
Aren't
You mean
ships in
like a
water?
boat?
I mean, we can stop if you want to have a look. It's probably just smoothie.
What is a smoothie?
Points at Murdertha.
You're a smoothie?
No, I'm Murdertha, a kobold.
But he said you're a smoothie.
But I'm not a smoothie. A smoothie is like a drink made of fruit.
Often ice.
Again, talking to Jock is like, it's as in someone's name or a drink.
Someone's name.
Anyway,
Okay.
this is all very weird.
Looks back at the ship. It's just casual for them to travel around in a flying dish.
It just looks like a fucking big tit.
That's a rude thing to say about smoothie, Andrew.
Could also be an eyeball.
and then you did that.
Graham just left.
I don't blame him.
Wait, what have you done? Wait a fucking minute.
What's that?
You screenshot that.
I might have.
That was god fucking damn it.
You did that quick.
You did.
Huh? What is that?
That's my Starfield character. He fucking
Oh, okay.
screenshot it while I was streaming
Casually.
it.
Oh.
I thought it would be a fun Easter egg on the journey.
That was incredibly fast.
Yes, I've had this prepared for weeks, Shifty Eyes. A person who looks actually relatively normal steps out of the craft and is like looking around.
Lumen's still just like rocking back on the back and forth on the floor, still thinking back to the 10 towns, like that one time a city just started flying around and a giant mech was following it. It's just thinking of that and being terrified for his life.
Newt has seen people wave at people, so he waves at the woman.
The woman runs over upon seeing you're waving because they hadn't noticed the cart. They speak.
And she kills everybody.
Yeah, they speak in an incomprehensible language and point at a weird glass thing in their hand.
Would I have any inkling of what that weird glass thing is?
It's got lots of
Yeah.
weird symbols and maybe words on it.
If they're speaking in incomprehensible language, ritual cast detect. I mean, not detect. Comprehend
Comprehend
language.
Yes, it is a language.
Detect language. Yes.
Detect language.
I
Yes,
detect
there is a language.
language around here.
Someone speaks a language.
That's suspicious
But you
if you
don't
ask
know
me.
where.
I am
Languages-
detecting.
Somewhere within
detecting
60 feet of you,
speech.
there is language.
I'm detecting deep speech over there.
Oh, that just reminds me of the awful detect trap spell.
True.
Somewhere
it's
nearby,
not.
there is a trap.
Thanks.
Somewhere nearby, there is a language.
Comprehend languages.
Oh,
Does it help?
yes, it will. I'm just now imagining. Imagine if detect magic worked the same way as detect traps. It's like
There
you-
is
Yes,
magic.
yeah,
magic.
there is something magical within X amount of distance. Like, thanks.
It'd be such a simple fix for detect traps as well. It just makes like it could just be like an aura area of effect that if there's like
Or even just a
something that is-
direction.
something that is taut or loose, it would like light up.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, making things like traps just glow, like in the spell Fairy Fire, would make it much better than it is.
So you.
Yeah, but then you'd have to make a distinction of what's a trap and what isn't. It's like, well, if something is loose, it could be a stepping stone trap, and if it's taut, it could be a tripwire. So tension, if there's tension or lack thereof in an object, then it lights up.
So do you cast or do you ritual?
Ritual, because it will not cost
Yeah.
spell slot.
So 10.
Also, I believe because of my feat that I got at level 1, I do it for free anyway. So yeah,
Okay.
either way, comprehend languages is free for me.
Okay. So you do that. You do begin to understand them. You do realize that you're like, now that you understand them, you're still like, what language is this?
There's loads of like lexical terms used in that specific language where they either don't translate or they are a word that translates, just Via just doesn't know it because it's words like spelljammer, I imagine, and Via's like, the fuck's a spelljammer?
But they're asking, do you know anywhere? I meant to be finding some really rare, like it's this plant which is like the most rare plant ever.
Via will try to reply in all of the language, all three of the languages, because obviously comprehend language doesn't allow you to speak it. It's not tongues, so
Mhm.
Via will reply in all three of the languages, going, "I might be able to help if you could give a name of this plant species." She'll say that in 3 different languages. What does she speak actually? Common, Draconic, and Common, Draconic, Druidic, and where's my other one? Yes,
As a fake
Sylvan.
creature?
Yeah, Common, Draconic, Sylvan, and Druidic. So she'll reply with that in all 4 of those languages.
It doesn't work straight away, but I'd say like if you kept trying for like a couple of minutes, you could get different things of like when they're saying, you can understand what they're saying, so then you're like, you do the whole thing of like pointing at yourself and then saying your name, and like then you've got the understanding of name, and they eventually say, they tell you that it is a mythical plant called the dandelion.
Just straight up and dandelion.
Yeah, a dandelion.
Yeah.
The
Gets off top of cart to side of the road where I imagine there's grass.
yeah.
Druidcraft.
Their eyes go wide, and they like so quickly go and like dig up and put in a like special sealed container that looks like it just freezes the space inside, and they run off back to the ship. Only you understanding them yelling, "Whoopee, whoopee! I'm going to be rich." And then the ship takes off. I must go now.
Via
My
so
planet needs me.
Yep. Via's so confused. She turns to everyone else and she's like, she just wanted a dandelion. What the frig?
Maybe she
Is it
just really
gone?
likes dandelions.
Is it gone? Is the thing gone?
Yes, Lumen, calm down.
You seem relaxed way more all of a sudden.
Why did the big metal thing freak you out? She says as she flaps wings and gets back on the roof.
Did you not hear about what happened to 10 towns?
I've been on the material for 4 days. No.
Fair. Well, basically, a city flew at one point. It just started flying, and it's kind of unclear why. And there was a giant robot that started following it, and then it fell to the ground, and it was very scary. Everybody thought that like it was gonna destroy all of 10 towns. It was. Eh.
That sounds like it would take a massive amount of energy.
Doesn't sound too scary, to be honest.
That does sound quite cataclysmic, to be fair. Mage hand, you must have been very scared. Should pat you on the back with the mage hand to try and comfort. Because again, on top of cage, you're in cage. Will mage hand, because can't reach.
Thank you, Via. That's
Now-
much better.
I'm sorry.
Now I understand. Now that you've used your words.
Yeah, it would be afterwards. So I just realised the horrible mental strain of realising that clearly Lumen knows about the destroyed universe.
Yep, because technically Lumen's someone from the destroyed universe.
Yeah. Because you would have been in Brenchanda when that happened.
Yeah. Also, the universe ended just shortly before that. But that's not important.
Oh, because of the whole god friendship
Surely
Yeah.
something that big would be that just ineffable and ineffably cataclysmic that no matter what, unless you are a god, your brain would just delete that information. Would just be like,
I mean,
nah,
Lumen would Lumen
stuff.
wouldn't
Technically,
know that.
nobody knows.
Yeah, no one
yeah,
would know
you
like
wouldn't be
that.
able to comprehend or perceive it,
Well, no, I know that a thing...
or retain the memory.
From my perspective of what happened, everything outside of Bryn Shanda went black for a while. I don't know what occurred during that time.
And then it was yesterday.
And then it was yesterday for a while. Like,
Yeah,
I don't...
when you end up in the Phlegist and you just go
I
into
don't know
suspended animation.
No, it wasn't that. It was like all of reality had stopped existing for a bit. It was weird. I would remember it, but I wouldn't know exactly what happened during that time. Like it would honestly be a more believable story to Lumen that like, oh, the whole town was put in like a dome of like darkness or something. That would probably be what you'd assume had happened.
I mean,
That's
they'll
probably that's probably the conclusion that his brain would come to, just off of like how psychology works.
like anyone who wasn't in the know in the town there'd be like loads of different like theories on what happened, and obviously
Also,
there's
it's
deniers who say it didn't happen.
Also, it was yesterday, which is really weird. So maybe this whole town was sent back in time for a day. So weird. Whatever
Most
happened
important
then.
question is,
Weird.
was it Kobold Christmas, and does it mean that there was 2 Kobold Christmases right after one another?
It was pretty close to Cobalt Christmas.
Fair enough.
We did have an emergency Christmas just to get spirits back up.
Mereditha, you realise that because of your days unconscious, Koval Christmas was yesterday. God.
Graham is stunned into silence.
Yeah, that's just...
I think he left. Oh, no,
Also,
he's-
Lawrence
yeah.
is gone.
Lawrence is gone though.
I'm not stunned into silence. I'm just sort of like not entirely sure what's happening.
Yesterday was Kobold Christmas. You missed it.
Cool.
It seems like Mereditha is not very Christmas in Christmas
Yeah,
spirit.
Meredith's from a brand like Meredith's more of a heavy Kurtlemek kobold, so they don't celebrate Kobold Christmas the same date as everyone else.
I was going to say Kobold Christmas. Is that not just Tiamat Day?
Every day
Yep.
you kill a gnome is Kobold Christmas.
I mean, yes, but that's not the point.
But yeah,
Oh boy. Sorry.
let's just keep heading on our way. Lawrence is back. Yay!
Oh, yeah. My iPad ran out of battery.
Oh, we're approaching sword
We are approaching sword,
and old.
Wait,
and
we're
we're leaving
True.
men.
Yeah, give me a second. I'll just
we're
get that
approaching
ore.
Sword. Does that mean there's going to be a bunch of Shermans nearby?
We're going away from men, and we're going towards old sword.
Old sword.
Yes, this is the region of Old Sword.
No, this is the region of men and Old Sword.
Well, we're leaving men. We're going to old sword.
Is this all during one day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you left
I don't
quite...
know the distances on this map, so
Ah, don't worry about that.
okay.
I do. We're making very good progress.
Shut up, you who worked it out. Joff did tell you
How
that...
many days would it have been?
I think it would have been a couple of days.
For the whole trip, it's like a, it depends. We have a horse and cart, so we're going faster than it's like 200 and odd. It's like 200. It's like 200 and odd miles to Waterdeep from where we started, and we've covered about a third of the distance. So we've made really good progress.
Yeah, and this cart has 2 horsepower.
Because it's a hamster, right?
The strength of 2 horses.
It's a giant space hamster. It might be much more powerful than a horse. Who knows?
Yeah, so as you're passing Old Sword, Manji, you're offered to take the reins for a bit because his arms are getting a bit tired.
Okay, I'll take the reins.
And then a little bit further on, you see a sign on the road, which seems to have like a picture of a squirrel with an arrow next to it.
Okay.
About 5 minutes later, in the distance, you see, like, the 2 of you in the front. The people on top don't see yet. You can see that there seems to be a squirrel in, like, a high-vis outfit, and there's a bunch of squirrels passing behind them.
Do any of you know anything about weird hamsters in weirdly bright clothes?
No.
Sounds like a fair thing to happen. Can we roll like in nature or something?
Sure.
I can't I don't unless
not
they
gonna-
can speak a language I can. I don't know much about most things like that.
Do you
Uh,
speak
man-
squirrel?
No,
I mean, I can.
I wish I could.
As do I, maybe.
Squeakity squeak squeak squeak.
Would it be
squeak.
nature or history?
Well, you've rolled nature.
Yeah.
Kind of crunk.
I mean, with the 20 nature, you think that this is like just a crossing. The one wearing the
Animal
outfit is a
Crossing?
bit weird.
Oh, it's a lollipop squirrel.
Yeah.
It's holding out the little stick so that the little squirrel kids can crawl.
I'll stop.
Essentially.
I'll stop the cart.
Not gonna lie, when I heard the sign of a squirrel and an owl, I was like, ah yes, squirrel rangers.
Watch
Like,
out for them
it-
squirrel rangers.
Their preferred enemy is human.
They're Mighty Morphin Squirrel Rangers. That's what they are.
Do they hold up a sign on the end of a stick just so for me to stop?
Yes, it has a palm on it.
Okay, I'll stop.
5 minutes pass and the squirrels are still crossing.
Guess we just keep waiting until the squirrels
I,
cross.
I,
I'll-
I,
I'll-
Wait.
I'll say in common. How long until this is over? The squirrel.
The squirrel squeaks back at you.
I translate for him.
What did the squirrel say then?
Well, I've got beast speech, so like I should be able to understand it.
Sure, if you're gonna use beast speech, you can understand that the squirrel is just like, just a minute, we've just gotta move everyone through.
Why? What's going on?
School's about to start, obviously.
No, they're coming back from school, obviously.
Alright.
I asked them what's going on.
They wouldn't say school, but they would say that they were just out, patrolling.
Can you ask how far off Waterdeep is?
I asked them that.
What's a Waterdeep?
Okay.
How deep is the water?
Deep enough to drown people.
So do you continue waiting?
Yeah.
Another 5 minutes pass, and then in the distance you see what looks like, everyone lets out a sigh, the end of the line of squirrels. With one very
Okay.
tiny one at the end.
Okay.
And then after they all pass, the squirrel walks to the side and then motions for you to continue.
I'll continue.
Oh, excellent. For the next 24 hours, everyone has advantage on animal handling.
Nice.
You got a special
Yay.
boon from the magical squirrel.
Nice. Then we can keep trotting along off to Waterdeep. Note to self. Come back here. Dig a tiny squirrel tunnel under the road.
I was just thinking, if only I had mold earth, I could do it as an action, but it will be a case of, yeah, come back and make a tunnel for them.
Oh, what's that you see in the distance? It's a big W in the sky.
Oh, W!
I love it when I see big W's in the sky. It's my favorite thing.
That cloud kind of looks like a W. Oh, it's Wooddeep. It's my favorite Wooddeep.
That's my favorite kind of cloud, the Wadeep cloud.
Oh my god, that W is so deep. Taught me everything I need to know.
The Wadeep cloud is the rarest kind of cloud.
Truly, it has imparted upon me all of the perfect morals of life.
And as the sun does seem to be coming down, in the distance you see a settlement.
Nice.
That's how you describe Waterdeep, a settlement.
Yeah. And,
What a
and Jock's like,
fast
welcome
hamster.
to Wadeep.
what a fast hamster. This hamster is so fast.
Oh yeah.
You see,
Did-
it's got like 50 million boons of speed.
Did I not tell you? He warps time and space around him.
I mean, I guess fair.
That makes him a
I'll-
very good mount.
He is a very good mount. He got us like 200 and odd miles in like a day.
Oh,
What a good boy.
Welcome to Wadeep.
So now that we're in Wadeep, what do we do?
We've got to find a fish.
Place yourself on the map in the north. Ah,
There.
someone placed the best character. Nice.
Yes, I did place Felix, as I have his character sheet.
I always forget who I gave Felix to. So Jock essentially like takes the carriage like through and in. Pretty much, you could say like this is the carriage.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah, okay, we're here.
Thanks, Jock.
This is Waterdeep.
Yeah.
You're a good guy, Jock.
Where's the
Looks
fish?
around. Looks
Thank you.
around. No, looks around. Not what I imagined for the what's supposed to be the magic capital of around here, Faerun.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you people keep saying that, but
Why do you keep saying what?
like,
Why do I feel the fish?
Oi, fish, get out here.
in here.
That one.
Yeah.
Okay. Mind you, the fish is over there in that tent.
Cool, let's go. But I'll go, you can stay or whatever.
Well, I mean, I guess I agreed to help you, so there's no reason for me to not. Like, just at least come along and maybe help you talk this out.
We know that the fish is magical, so they might know something.
Yeah, they might also be able to help, like, via get home or anything, really. But just be a useful person to meet.
Fia still thinks that Manji's just gonna go in sword swinging, so she's walking a few paces behind. Just waiting.
Also, I would have asked Jock, like, what do you mean by, why we keep saying what?
What do you mean by what do you mean?
Why we keep saying what? He said, why
About,
do you keep
like,
saying that?
Why it's like the magic center and stuff like that.
Right.
I'll come to the entrance of the tent and I'll sort of announce my presence and wish to enter.
When you announce your presence, a creature comes out.
Are you a fish?
No, that's not a fish.
They do have a fish with them.
Is this a like fully sentient? Like in the same way that I'm sentient?
I mean, you can make a nature on that, I guess.
$18?
You look it. It seems to be just like swimming in a circle.
You don't happen to know the wizard fish Stilgar, do you?
The big eye friend gets very excited and is like, yes, everyone here loves Silgar. He's the bestest little boy, aren't you?
That. Wait,
Yeah, Silga seems pretty nice.
wait, are you talking about that fish?
Yes, of
Pointing
course.
to the one in the bowl.
Every time someone says Silgar, the fish like spins and looks at them, and just goes blub blub.
Oh, what good boy!
See, look how smart he is.
He doesn't have a proficiency for casting magic, does he?
Well, he charms me all the time, don't you, Silgar? Blub, 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 blub.
No, he's great. You're a great guy.
So,
You're not the Silgar I'm looking for.
Christian, Newt still gets a pointer, and it is towards that Silgar. Or maybe it doesn't. Christian? Oh, he dead.
Sorry.
No,
I'm
he
there.
dead.
I was just muted. Well, so I guess we found him. And that fish killed your client's dad?
What? No, Suko
No.
would never hurt anyone.
Not this one. No, not.
I mean, yeah, you both seem like very nice people.
So, have you come here to help with the building of our settlement?
No, look.
I assume this is
I'm
Waterdeep, right? So I guess.
I'm
You've
sorry,
already heard of
but-
it. We only
I'm
recently
sorry,
named it.
What's your name?
Xanathar.
Okay, Xanathar.
What year is this?
Yeah.
As far as you're aware, it's the same year as it was when you left.
Hmm.
Mr. Xanathar.
Can
no,
I
I'm looking for a sentient fish that can talk just like me, but can do the magic things. Like cast.
Can I history on Xanathar?
Sure.
And I'll use me primer as well.
When... Okay, so you might... I'll do that in a second. Yeah, do that first. When Manji, when you talk about, like, a talking fish, he's like, but Silgar can talk perfectly well. Look, can't you? And it turns to you and just goes blub, 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 blub.
He's just doing blubbing noises.
Blub, 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 blub.
Can I roll history on, like, Waterdeep?
Sure.
See what I know about it. Okay. 13.
So a 14 and a 13.
I mean, this doesn't really, for both of you, doesn't really match up with the stuff you've both heard.
Like, I would imagine with Xanathar being freaking Xanathar, they probably would have talked about him in Strixhaven.
Yeah,
In which case?
you definitely would have heard the name Xanathar before, because it's a title that's passed on, so it's like at least written about.
In which case, I think one of us has detect magic, right?
A lot of we do. You got it last level as well, and I think Newt does, and I think you do.
I think so. One of us should cast that spell and see if we're in an illusion right now. I don't have detect magic.
I mean, I have it and I have it prepared. Go for it. Ritual cast, detect magic.
Xanathar would ask what's up, because you'd obviously be starting a ritual cast a spell, and he's just like curious.
Midway through casting, Via's just like, I'm just really curious. I'm trying to gather as much knowledge as I can about this place as I can with the limited capabilities I have. You see, I've read about your name, Xanathar, so I'm just curious.
I'm pretty like Lumen will also pipe up with. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Waterdeep was like a massive sprawling city. But this seems like a collection of tents.
When you talk about like the massive sprawling city, he looks confused at you. He's like, "Well, it's a pretty good size. I wouldn't say it was like a huge city yet. I'm surprised that you've all heard of it."
No, but you see, I've been sent here on a mission to find.
I mean, fine.
Yeah.
To murder, I mean, find. To eviscerate, procure.
To locate, seek and locate.
Seek and destroy.
Seek and locate a fish that can do high-level magic and kill a high-level caster of their own right in one hit with 1 billion spells from a book. That is one of the leaders of a city called Waterdeep.
Everyone who's like, because there's like a bunch of other people around, like pretty much at this time of day/night, relaxing, but like they're all like really confused by everything you just said.
Have we been isekai'd into a different dimension?
I mean, I think we've been isekai'd into the frickin' past at this point.
Or
We've
that.
had a Bardock done, I think. But
Why
for
is
fun,
Jock
just
there?
for funsies,
It's not the past because Jock is here, but he's different.
Well, timeline where Jock's a good guy.
We might have changed when we all got killed that one time.
or resurrected into a different crystal sphere? Question mark.
Who the hell knows?
Nobody in
does
WATERDEEP.
I take it the detect magic detects bugger all apart from what we have on us anyway.
Like it detects some magic around, but very little. Like
Is
just
Xanathar wearing rings?
yeah, it's things like that you detect. Like you'll occasionally see like parts of like the wall are reinforced with magic, and like when you look around, you might see like some magic being carried in like crates and stuff. But it definitely doesn't look like this is a big illusion magic.
In which case, let's just ask him some general facts about the world. Do you know what's been happening with 10 towns recently?
Oh, wait a minute. He calls someone over. And this is where Andrew might fuck up because I can't remember. Let's see if Andrew remembers right. This person walks over.
You. Okay.
Is that Lawrence? Is that the right person? Did he die? Is that who the fish killed?
Is that Hanma?
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He walks over with a newspaper.
Look, you're supposed to be dead.
How does Hammer respond to that accusation?
What? I've been here all the time.
What year is it?
After you finish casting the spell, Via, you can make me a perception with advantage, as it is nighttime and the stars have came out.
Ooh.
We might be in the
That's
fucking
a
past.
poopy roll.
No, 15's good. Or good enough.
Although,
From what you can tell, it's kind of hard for you personally to tell because of not knowing this place as well, but the sky basically matches what you saw since you arrived in Neverwinter. So,
okay.
So you can tell that, well,
Yeah,
it's the same year as when I got here.
Okay,
Yeah, it's the same.
it's the same year.
It's the same year. So we haven't. If we have travelled, hasn't been that far both time and space, or planar even.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
I'm
looks the same.
much more leaning towards parallel dimension at this point, or
Look,
some
yeah.
shit.
Do any of you magic people know what's going on?
Which one really
Uh,
piece that together?
This guy's supposed to be dead. His kids are promising me money to go and kill the fish that killed him.
But it's all resolved if he's not dead, right?
True, it's done now. Contract over. He's alive, so it's fine.
Will you come with me back to where your kids are?
How I would tell you, like, I mean, I can go take you to my kids.
But they're back up north.
No, they're playing cards in their tent.
They're up north in Neverwinter.
I mean, they're right in there. I can literally show you them right now.
But, like...
No.
Can I roll
No.
investigation to see if this is like an illusion with the stupid magic aura spell cast on it?
Sure.
I don't think it'll be a thing, but it might be. There's a non-zero chance.
But wouldn't Via still be up, maybe? Because it is for 10 minutes,
I mean,
right?
yeah, but if somebody's cast magic aura on it, they can make detect magic detect it as if it's mundane.
Oh, okay.
15.
That's what Joe was talking about.
You do not detect the detection of non-detect.
Got it.
And you're pretty
Will
sure
you-
that you did well enough with your investigation.
Okay, so it's not an illusion. Where? What are some historical events that have happened recently? Like, do you remember the big 10 towns town crashing?
Yeah, that's why I was getting the paper. Hammer mentioned there was some, like when we were talking before, he'd mentioned something about 10 towns, and Hammer hands over the paper, and it's like talking about a city being crushed under a flying city, the long dark winter finally ending, and like a bunch of things like that.
Okay.
Stories of like aliens and flying sheep and weird. There's like a lot of like really weird stuff.
Well, that all happened, yeah, confirm that. But, like,
Everyone else is like,
Man,
even
you'll-
the flying sheep?
Yeah, that's just normal.
Man, you'll just say to him, okay, right, your kids are here, but will you come with me to go and see the people back up north?
No, that also explains the two dads, of course. They changed and went into a different
Joseph's
dimension.
piecing it together.
God damn it.
No, you're just
Yeah,
delusional about the whole two
It's
dads.
Bizarro Faerun.
Via looking up at the stars and starting to like put two and two together. Well, and she's just thinking, I'm not gonna get home.
God,
Oh,
how
yeah,
far
if you
away
go
am I
in-
now?
Father
we-
never told me anything about other worlds.
Yeah, that
In terms-
also that also explains, like, even if you can get back to your this world's Feywild, it might be different from the one you know.
Curls
is-
into a ball. Just curls into a ball.
I put my hand on her shoulder. Is that not always the case with our home?
It's yeah, but at least it sometimes starts as your home.
And this world is like that of a
Yeah, but
dying
in this wo-
star,
Yeah,
apparently.
but in this world there might be another Blackwing family with another Via, and I'm not
Oh.
theirs.
Oh God, we might wait a minute. Maybe that's who we met in our dreams. Oh God. Oh God.
Oh shit!
Lumen curls up into a ball.
Yes.
Look, if we just
Remember-
if we just go back the way we came, it should reverse everything.
Now, Joseph, I'm going to repeat to you what I told you last week. You are perfectly safe, but you are guaranteed to die this session.
Oh. See, I guess I'll just like turn to Xanathar and be like, so, any advice for interdimensional travelers?
Oh wow, I've not had anyone ask about anything like that before. Most of the people here ask
Yeah,
about like pigs and sometimes nymphs.
Yeah, what he said is, do you or anyone you know, know anyone able to perform extra planar travel?
Oh
We
God,
must have got
God no.
Dream of the Blue Veiled or something while we were killed. What? It must be related to these arrowheads.
I know, but I'm not. Turns to you, Lumen. I'm not even sure a plane shift can do this.
No, plane shift can't. You need.
We're level 2. We wouldn't be sure.
You're
I don't think
right.
either of us would.
That's true.
It's just like, I don't think so. Father used it a lot, but he didn't never use it to go to parallel realities.
In fairness, Lumen's probably never.
We generally just bombed around wild space for a bit.
In fairness, probably the only thing Lumen would likely know about plane shift is it's used to get around the planes. But I don't know anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
That's the point I was
maybe.
Bia has seen her dad do it, and she's like, "That's what plane shift is." But apart from that, she's like, "No freaking idea how that works."
Lumen shrugs shoulders.
Literal magic.
Lumen's
Okay.
never seen anybody cast any spell that would like interdimensionally travel you somewhere else. No, I don't think
that's the
Lumen's seen a spell that's like 5th level or higher.
Exactly. That's the excuse that I'm using.
By
Is
the
the
way-
only reason she knows just that one spell. She doesn't know other 7th level or like 5th level or higher spells.
Are you guys
Just
still
that
curled up
one.
in the balls, by the way?
Yes, I am
Okay.
filled up in a
Oh,
ball.
Talking to each other, curled up in balls
Oh,
on the floor.
Zamala joins you. He's not worried or anything. He just...
Okay.
He just likes it.
Okay. Xanathar.
Oh, is this not custom?
Yes, my good man.
Okay. These nerds seem to be panicking somewhat. Can
I
you
have
help us
noticed
get
that.
back- Can you help us get back to whatever they were talking about, this alternative dimensional insertional unit thing that we came from?
Insertional
Yeah,
unit. What the fuck?
every single person is confused by that statement. Everyone.
Manji doesn't know magic.
I know. I just love the
No,
idea that you've
nobody
managed to
mentioned
confuse
what-
everyone.
Nobody
That-
mentioned half of those words.
The real question. Now I'm really curious, but I've no reason to ask this question. I'm super curious if this is the dimension that the other Anthony came from, but I have literally no reason to ask about that because I don't know about this person's existence.
So, can you?
Tilt
Are you able to help the nerds and myself?
spins our head around 180 degrees to look at Xanathar, and it's like, do you at least know any diviners?
Not really. We're not that huge of a settlement.
Where
Do you know
is?
magic?
Do you know where a large settlement is?
Oh, you said you came from Neverwinter. That's a bustling metropolis, isn't it?
Oh God, you're. Yeah, we don't know if it's still a bustling metropolis. Halfway from there to here, we got sent into another universe.
Don't you know magic? You look magical.
I know a bit.
You're a big floating eyeball with
Lauren,
lots of other eyes.
Lawrence, make a DC 16 Wisdom save.
Okay. 21.
Ah, you feel a beam hit you, and you feel like suddenly really sleepy, but you manage to shake it off.
Okay.
Oh, you're much stronger than I thought. You'd really help out around here.
Okay, but
I'm really tempted to do something, but I won't for the purposes of not being a dick.
okay, but can you help us?
I mean, I'd love to, but I'm not sure what help you need.
We need magic to get back to where we came from. An alternative thing that they said. The nerds.
Again, head still rotated to look at Xanathar. It's like, libraries, physicians, anyone, or anywhere.
That apparently the other version of you from our universe was a spellcaster. Are you one? Pointing at Hammond.
Yeah, he's still a spellcaster.
Is Dragon Heaven a thing here?
Ooh, that's a very good question. One that you're
What?
not allowed to know an answer for.
What? How good at magic are you?
He doesn't have campaign breaking magic.
He doesn't have Return to Previous Dimension as a spell.
He doesn't have wish or a deck of many things.
Okay, so now we're all a ways away from our goals, objectives, and home.
Okay.
Can
Trial.
Via roll for history for how old Strixhaven was when she went there?
Strixhaven might not
No,
even
wait, no,
exist in this.
Actually, yeah, forget that because it might not. Okay, looks at Xanathar. Does Strixhaven ring a bell?
I don't recognize the name.
Okay, in fairness, most people on the
Like,
material.
really digs ahead into the grass. It's like it's nothing.
To be fair,
you.
most people wouldn't know about Strixhaven's existence,
Okay,
so it might still exist.
okay. You lot, referring to the party. I have an idea.
Oh god, this will be good. His face still in the grass.
Give me about a day.
Okay.
So far, this plan seems doable.
I'll kill myself and see where I end up.
No, I know this
You
won't
tried
work.
that.
Yeah,
tried that yesterday.
if it would work, then it would like you killed yourself after we woke up. The switch happened while we were unconscious. So we know that you won't wake up in the other place.
Can I go to Xanathar and be like, we have weird magical arrowheads in our bodies.
That's true. Do you have anybody
Do
who
you have
has
any way
better-
of finding out what they are?
like a simple identify didn't work? And detect magic just reveals that they are magical.
And did it disappear when we die? Oh, at least when he dies.
Yeah,
He
'cause
he
he's
seems
immortal.
very interested, especially when you mentioned they disappear when he dies, and then he's like, "Wait, he dies?
Yeah, he's a revenant. He comes back to life.
Oh wow,
When he
you would be the
dies.
perfect person to work here then."
No, I have a goal elsewhere to kill a fish that casts magic.
You wouldn't hurt Silgar. You're a good boy.
No, it's a different fish.
He wants to
called
kill
Silver.
someone from a different dimension.
Manji, I think your target is a long way away from here.
True.
Like
I
far
put-
enough away that none of us can get to it.
But the other fish said that this is his target.
True,
Yeah.
but you got that wish in Neverwinter though, so you got that wish before the weird
Before we
ambush.
got attacked.
Look,
So did it change target to tell you about Silgar in this plane of in this reality, or is
I
it
assume
consistent
it was
in
just-
some way?
I assume it was just going off the name. If the name's the same, the spell would still track whatever had held that true name.
Possibly, it might work based off tracking true names.
okay. I'll turn to Xanathar. Can I have your fish?
No. He bares his
Manji,
teeth at
you're
you angrily.
Manji, you're not taking the fish.
All of the eyes are pointing at you.
I need the fish. If you said this is the fish that I need because of magic stuff, then I need the fish.
Manji,
Well-
you're aware that if this isn't the fish you're looking for, the people who paid you to go after it probably aren't even here to pay you anymore.
Also, Manji, this is clearly a different fish. On top of the fact that your client is currently playing cards in a tent over there.
And they're a child.
Look, apparently, that guy over there had about 90 million kids, right?
Yeah, but we're still in a different dimension. That still makes that a different person to the one you've been hired to kill.
I haven't been ordered to kill that person pointing at him. I've been ordered to kill the fish.
Yeah, so why do you need that fish?
It's the nearest target thing I get. There's no way I know how to get back to where we came from.
Well, we
He-
can eventually. The magic must exist that would allow. If something put us here, then something must be able to get us back.
They can't help us.
Yeah, there isn't an immediate solution in front of us, but we can try and find one.
At that moment, you hear a female voice yelling out, "Yo, Z-Man!" Joseph recognizes the voice.
Joseph, the player,
Yes.
recognizes the voice. Fucking no one else does.
And they're like, "Oh wow, there's a party going on. You didn't invite me?" Xanathar turns expectantly and is like, still keeping the fish like out of the way of Manji. So how did it go? And she responds with like, "Fantastic. We convinced the local vampires to join up with us. They were very amicable to a peaceful solution."
Who's this?
Oh, this is just the Miss Adest. She technically, I think her family owns this land, sort of.
Can you
Okay.
get us back to alternative dimensions?
She looks at Xanathar confused. He looks back, noddingly confused.
I assume they're not a super powerful wizard or spellcaster in general. I don't see a spellcasting focus on them.
She's like, "I can punch pretty hard."
Well, that's pretty good, but not what we need to get home. Do you know anybody who is a strong spellcaster?
Or
Point-
can you
points at
punch a hole
Xanathar.
in reality?
Damn.
Or can you punch so hard you can punch a hole in reality somehow?
No, but watch this. Picks up a pebble, punches it into the air, and it just doesn't seem to come down again.
Well, that's cool.
So where would the next
Cool.
place be with a lot of powerful wizards?
I honestly, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
I guess we could spend some time trading and researching to try and see if we can figure out our next course of action. Is there anything nearby to fight or any problems you need doing solved?
Oh no, most of the things around here, I think we've nearly made peaceful contact with almost everything.
Okay.
As you just
Fair
heard,
enough.
our fantastic young lady here managed to convince the local vampire troupe to just be on good terms with us. And they're not going
I'm
to
always
attack
in-
anyone.
I'm always in favor of a peaceful solution. I guess that's nice.
Peaceful solutions are rare.
Are those vampires quite old? They do tend to hoard, like, if they're quite old, they might have knowledge from beyond years.
Or do they cast magic?
I mean, they're very charming.
That sounds promising. Let's go.
Angie, maybe we should rest. It's been a day.
Yeah, it is like sundown.
It just occurs to her he probably doesn't wear down because Revenant.
He still gains levels of exhaustion if he doesn't like chill.
Yeah.
Granted, it's less of a
True.
problem because, even when he gets to 6 and dies, he just comes back to life. So it is less of a
true.
problem for him. But like, it's like kind of unpleasant, I imagine, walking until you eventually just drop dead from exhaustion.
I suppose you're right.
I mean, Xanathar speaks up. I'll look into this for you if you're gonna spend the night at least.
Thanks. I guess I'll
Thank you, Xanathar.
see what we can do to just help around in slightly more mundane ways. Like, yeah.
You are a very
happy now.
nice floating eye.
You are a very nice group of eyes that float.
Oh, thank you. And what do you think of Silgar?
Stilgar is literally the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Ritual cast speak with animal.
Uh,
Hello.
blub,
In what I assume sounds like Aquin.
blub.
That's literally all I get.
Yeah.
Are you trolling me?
Uh,
No, only Barry trolls you.
give me investigation.
But
You
not 20,
are
21.
certain that no intelligence lies behind that blank stare.
It's the
Uh,
dumbest. Even by goldfish
Yeah.
standards, it's super stupid.
Because like what everyone probably would have been hearing was like Aquin sort of the Ashen looks up at Xanathar and goes, positively charming.
This Silgar knows one thing. Its own name.
That's
That's it.
already good.
I thought you were going to say it knows one thing, and that is where the food comes from.
No, just its own name. That's why it responds, because it's the only thing it understands. Doesn't know it's its name. It just knows that word.
Yeah, it's like how a dog runs towards you when you shout it, when you call its name after you've trained it to recognize it.
Yeah.
Truly,
It's like that sort of
truly,
thing.
it is the greatest of us all.
He's
Okay,
living his best life.
I guess
Okay,
we
let's-
just set up
let's
here and
go
help out a bit.
left.
Yeah. Thanks for looking into this, Xanathar.
I mean, it's very interesting, to be honest.
Neat.
Obviously, I would like to help you, but like at the same time, obviously, yes, very interesting. It's not often things like this come up.
Thank you, Xanathar. Any information about the surrounding areas would be much appreciated.
So he'd basically, where's a good one? He'd show you over to this tent over here. And be like,
Which one I was zoomed right in.
Yeah, it was also too close.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait a minute. The sheep ship still exists here, so Smoothie still exists here.
I mean, Jock knows
but was-
smoothies.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
smoothie-
Jock
your
also knows
Starfield
Smoothie.
your Starfield character was the one who jumped out of it.
Were they Smoothie?
who knows?
The same vehicle can exist, but it can be owned by a different person.
Oh.
So many questions.
Oh, and every time one gets answered, a billion more come up from it.
Xanathar apologizes that the tent isn't very big, but it's without them like putting up a new one, and it's quite late. It's the only one
Okay.
that's free.
I'll
Soon we'll
sleep
find super
outside.
nice
And
mirrors.
I'll sleep outside. I'm used to it.
Yeah, he'll just die of hypothermia and come back in the morning.
I mean,
No,
what time of year is it?
I think it would be the start of the year. Because I think Rime of the Frost Maiden was supposed to be roughly the end of the year. Like, going
mean-
into actual winter.
Wouldn't Via be able to answer that by looking at the position of the stars?
Yeah. So,
Depending on like the position.
th-
of the
this is
planet,
just
the
me-
sky would look different.
this is just me giving you a vague answer rather than a solid answer, because I never do
Okay.
that. It's roughly
Yeah,
around
yeah, I
the
was
start
only-
of the year.
Oh, it's winter.
Yeah, I was only expecting
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
Ma-
I guess it's
Mandriel
coming
just
out
sort
of
of-
winter.
Mandriel just sort of crush himself in the corner then.
I mean, Newt will also just stand in the corner. It doesn't need much space.
Who wants the other? I guess, Samale, you can have one of the other corners. Okay, who wants the last corner to stand in?
Little Drac.
Did someone just say
Okay.
stand?
I was gonna say Via was just gonna curl up in a ball in a corner,
Oh,
like
Lumen.
sitting down, back against the wall, knees up against face, arms around knees.
Lumen is
there's
just gonna look so sad, also curled up in the tent. Oh.
And Homunculus is just sitting
Oh my
at the
god!
entrance
Since
of
you're a
the-
since you're an elf, you're technically fae as well. Via just turns. She was like, "Oh my god! What if the unlight and the light are swapped?"
Uh,
I didn't think of that.
The
That's a
Shadow
good
Wild and the
idea.
Fairy Tale.
The uncanny court would be so cursed.
who knows what's going on? We need to investigate stuff about how this place works. But, oh
Asmodeus
god.
is the good guy.
Andrew
I know
writes
it probably
down,
won't solve
steal
anything,
that
but I
for
still
later.
want Questions for later in our journal. I know I probably won't solve anything, but I still want to explain our travel and investigate and find this out.
Everybody likes Tiamat.
They do.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
god,
the
is
good guy, right?
is this the Fireball universe?
God,
Where
maybe.
everything's the opposite.
Might be the universe Fireballs from. Who knows?
Right, what is the lowest, slummiest dump in all of Faerun? Oh my god, the Underdark is going to be like the capital of magic, isn't it?
Who knows?
Spirit
Everybody's
always
going
has
to be
the truth.
Kush.
The Underdark's probably quite nice, maybe. Who
Yeah,
knows?
it's
Some
lovely.
things are the same though.
Yeah.
Like Neverwinter seemed to like 10 Towns and Neverwinter seemed well. We don't know about Neverwinter, but 10 Towns seemed to be the same.
Or at least
Well, 10 towns
historical
exist.
events.
Yeah, historical events in 10 Towns seem to happen the same way.
Lumen, give me history with advantage. You want to roll low. Because this is an Andrew bullying Joseph roll.
I know.
23. While you're like going into your trance and you're like starting to relax for the night, your mind does wander to the weird encounter in the collapsing world. And you are like remembering what everyone else said, and you're like, I am the only person who killed the... Did I kill
100
another me?
Yeah, 100%. The reason Lumen like balled up in a corner earlier is because I remembered that's what I did.
Oh yeah. It's just like, that's what your entire night of trancing is thinking about.
Oh yeah, 100% Lumen is like destroying himself over like, oh my god, I might have killed another me. I thought it was a weird like illusion training thing, but I might have done something really awful and is just spiraling horribly.
At least Via gets to have a little bit more comfort in that because she doesn't know what happened after she was teleported out. So she's just like, hopefully mine got teleported out at the same time.
Oh yeah, she probably had a wonderful time. Like, living the best life she has.
Yeah, like the other one from here is probably like, that was fucking weird. So another me for a second there. Probably ask Dad about this later.
So everyone gets a good night's sleep.
With no trauma at all.
Maximum trauma all of the time. Especially because trances aren't really sleep. I'm just replaying the
Yeah.
events of the collapsing world over and over again for 4 hours straight.
Lumen is gonna look so exhausted in the morning.
Yeah.
Uh,
All the people with a conscience look very upset when they wake up.
Lumen just looks so defeated in the morning.
Well, Via has a conscience, but she doesn't know what happened to the other her. She's like, we got teleported out from her perspective. She knows she tried to do the right thing and make sure everyone was healed up.
And Newt also doesn't think he killed his other thingy. So,
Just for a bit of fun, Lumen, you would probably notice this because you're the person in the most distress over this. You would notice that... Oh, my broom went dead and all I had was meow meow. It's not what the name is. What's the name? Felix.
Felix?
You talking about Felix?
Yes. Felix seems to be very deep in thought.
What's up, Felix? You okay?
I don't understand what's going on. What's this, like, other thing? So you killed another you, or does that mean
I know.
other me tried to kill me?
I guess. Did the other
Oh.
version of you try to kill you?
Are the rest of us still awake, or is this during his trance period?
Most of you would be like waking up hearing this conversation.
Oh.
it was-
Via would just be like, that depends entirely on what you did inside that vision.
It's nothing
By the
but
sounds of it, Lumen is the other one who chose violence in that confrontation.
it's nothing but an illusion. Don't worry about it. It's not real.
I would know if it was an illusion. It's not.
I saw me. I went to make friends. They stabbed me in the heart, and I fell over.
It's
That's
alright.
not good.
Don't-
Okay, that brings me weirdly some level of comfort that the other me might still be alive because you died in the vision as well.
Do I remember anything about the vision?
Yeah, you remember everything about it.
Okay.
I died several times and then I stabbed myself. Well, not myself, but another version of myself.
Okay, so Manji also shows violence.
Oh no! Manji only remembers the last one. You don't remember the previous one.
Yeah, but you still said you stabbed the other him.
Yeah, there wasn't another
Yeah.
him in the one he knows of.
In the only one Manji remembers, he was alone, and then he
No,
like
there was the Manju on the floor, and then there was the Manju with the brown dog.
true.
So there was two Manjus, and he stabbed the unconscious man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When like you breathe a sigh of relief, Lumen, thinking like, oh, maybe they're still alive. Felix interjects with, oh yeah, there was also another one that I didn't notice until, like, I think I banged my head on their head as I fell over.
Okay.
That can't have any. Is it?
I mean, I guess that tracks. There was another me on the floor. So I guess you might have like been stabbed in the heart, fell over, and fell onto the like other you that
So,
was there.
yeah.
It was.
As
it was
as
just-
is tradition, Felix was incredibly unlucky, but got out of it.
It was just a dream, right?
No,
We all know dreams don't mean anything.
I have to somehow say sorry to another version of me. But they might be where we were. Oh God.
Yeah. To be honest, all versions of me deserve the same thing, and it's not pretty because I'm an evil person. I've done some horrible things in my life.
Suddenly, you hear,
I believe you.
you hear from outside of the, but like quite outside, but from the distance you hear a very loud "Eureka!"
I'll step out.
You
Via's going towards that.
Same.
you very, very obviously see a big floating eye darting towards you.
What's happening?
Morning, Xanathar.
Good.
What happened?
It's morning. I haven't slept yet.
You're making noise.
All of the eyes are wide. He's like, would you like some coffee?
Sure, I could use
Yes.
some.
He pours from a decanter of endless coffee.
Nice.
Nice.
And then just
So
like
what's-
pours it into his mouth. And you're like,
So what's
this is really hot. How is he standing that? Resistance to
what-
fire.
what's this all about then?
I found
this
something
Eureka?
that at least mentioned something similar to your thing.
Okay, what is it?
It's a story, which isn't great, but it's something of people falling through a crack in reality.
Right.
Okay.
So maybe it might still be wherever you fell.
Okay, I guess we should rush back there then.
Yeah, yeah, let's rush back.
I told
to
you
the
we should have
cra-
gone to the thingy.
You're right. I just assumed that there was things there that would attack us like last time.
You see,
Okay,
you can sort of see a bit of the title, and it's that time I was reincarnated, and you can't read the rest of it.
As myself.
Yeah, that's myself in an alternate reality.
That time I was reincarnated as a vending machine, and then all of us were like, "What the fuck's a vending machine?"
Okay, let's go back and I can shove everyone into the crack. And then jump in myself, of course.
I think we'll send you first, just in case you die.
You hate me, don't you?
No, that. No. Hate is a strong word. It's just.
Despise.
No, it's a strong word as well. I don't
I-
hate anyone, Manji. I just think you're very
Expendable.
reckless.
Unlikable?
Reckless.
I think your
Reckless.
actions are pretty admirable, to be quite frank. You seem to be wanting to make amends for the crimes of your past. I don't necessarily agree with the way you go about doing it, but I think you at least your heart is in the right place.
Oh yeah, Xanathar.
True.
Yes?
Do you have any evil people you need killing?
There's very few evil people. Unless you want to go to a different plane.
God,
No,
that
no,
that doesn't sound great for our plane.
No, just anyone, on our way back to where we came from. I believe it was further to the north.
Whatever you do, don't kill any of the squirrels.
We
Don't
did.
Don't fuck with squirrels.
Oh no, I can tell you didn't.
The squirrels are fine.
If you did, you would never have made it this far.
What is up with the squirrels?
I don't know. I just know that at least some of them are very powerful.
Are they
If you think,
druids?
ooh, I might have to go and speak to squirrels then.
Yeah, maybe one of their powerful people can help us as well.
Oh, yeah. Let's maybe one of them.
Assuming this whole interdimensional rift theory doesn't pan out.
Yeah, let's go and talk to the competent magic squirrels.
Well, no, let's go to the interdimensional rift, assuming and hoping it's still there.
Hopefully you'll see the
But-
squirrels on the way. Like if you time it so that it's like when the school gets out, you should be able to. Although that was quite late and close to this town, so you'd be travelling during the night, which would be dangerous.
Let's go now because it's the morning vaguely, and they might
Oh.
go to school.
But
Do
we
you have
also,
any... To Xanathar, do you have any digging equipment?
Yeah,
Little-
we've got
Like
some
little
stuff.
trowels and things?
Sure.
We don't have time. What if the rift closes up while we're digging a tunnel for the squirrels? I agree with the idea, but also we're in a massive rush.
Okay,
I suppose I
let's
can
go.
wait.
Well, no, we should tell them you should probably dig a tunnel for the children of the squirrels so that they don't block the road.
since it's already past 9, are we going to
Oh yeah,
move
I am
heading
wrapping
to
it.
the rift?
I'm
Okay.
Yeah, we're wrapping
writing it up with you leaving the town, basically.
Okay.
Xanathar would be like, okay, quickly before you start heading off, come over here. I had Hammer made something. I had Hammer made something for you. Yeah, that makes grammatic sense.
Yep.
He offers you all like a little pin badge each.
I'll take it.
Yee.
Because Xanathar pretty much likes you so much. You're honoring members of Waterdeep, the Waterdeep Construction Committee.
Nice. Thanks, like giant eyeball person. Big hug.
Hey, their name is They have a name. They're called Xanathar.
You're right. Big hug to Xanathar.
I
He,
see
him.
you
he
didn't
hugs you.
blast them.
Thank you, Xanathar. Big hug to
He hugs each of
Xanathar.
you with an eye stalk.
Why didn't you blast them when they didn't remember your name?
Well, that would be a nasty thing to do.
You blasted me.
No, I tried to put you to sleep to show you that I had some magic. That is admittedly one of my very few non-dangerous ones.
It's fine. If you'd killed me, I'd have come back anyway.
True. Yes, I forgot about that.
Make sure the fish is okay. He seems very innocent.
The fish stares at you.
Bye.
Stares.
Bye, Silgar. Have a good day.
Silence.
get going.
Silence. Silence. Blub.
And then, yeah, we head off.
Actually, one tiny little other thing before we go. Like, if we end up coming back here, it'll be, well, it should be fine anyway. Via has a tome of history on her, so she's like, she like goes up to Xanathar and is like, "Would you like to have a look through this and highlight any inaccuracies? I think it might be wrong here."
Sure. I'm always happy to read a new volume.
He hands him tome of history.
So are you gonna leave that with him for now?
Just for now, yeah. Because it sounds like we might end up coming back. If not, I don't see
I
much
mean,
use it'll have.
you're an ally
It's
here,
talking about
so
history in another world. Yeah,
if
I don't
nothing
know how
else,
much use it'll have in terms of we're in a different world.
I mean, it's great use to him. It's like reading about how awful this Xanathar is. Like, what the? This guy sounds like a dickhead.
Like she said, highlight any inaccuracies.
You come back, the whole book is like red marker pen.
He's like, "Where did you get this from?"
I loved your storybook.
It's great fanfic.
He's great fanfic, exactly.
So, quick question. I know we can do this at the start of next time, but quick question. What are your intentions for the travelling?
Just walk.
Probably, like, I don't know. Is it
When
like,
when
is
you
there
look
any
over,
faster methods of like going?
when you look over, you would notice immediately that the cart isn't there anymore.
Yeah, I'll ask. Can we ask Xanathar to be like, do you have any like horses we could borrow or anything?
Not really. We've got a couple of cows.
Somebody ask the cows if they know a faster way there.
Ritual cast speak with animal. Moo.
Ooh, use the secret passage.
Well,
Really?
It'll take half the time if you go through the Underdark.
is it safe?
What's
No.
the Underdark like? Oh, turns to Lumen. The Underdark is still horrible here.
Okay, good to know.
At least according to this cow.
At least,
I trust-
at least according to this cow.
I
She's
trust
very
all.
smart for a cow.
I trust all cows implicitly.
Maybe it's just full of beef eaters.
Maybe.
The one constant in every reality, the cows always know.
Yeah, turns out, people on the surface don't eat cows. People in the Underdark, oh, they love eating cows.
All eat meat eaters.
But I guess
Specifically,
just the most efficient way from getting whatever means of travel there are, we'll try and ask if we can borrow them or try and pay to have access to them. But if there aren't any, then I guess we'll just have to head there through the fastest route possible.
Your feet.
Yep.
Sure, I'll give you the information ahead of time that it's easy enough to work out that you'll be able to get halfway in a day and then have to camp, or keep going and exhaust yourselves. So it'll take 2 days instead of the one on the magic hamster.
I mean,
You're still going
Manji's
incredibly
finding
fast.
Manji's fine exhausting himself, but he doesn't want everybody else to exhaust themselves.
one level of exhaustion isn't that bad.
Yeah, but
But anyways,
just
that's
a
not
little
important.
bitty
I just
guy.
wanted to give you that information.
Yeah,
So that
it'll
you
take
have
us 2 days to get there pretty much. It's fine.
who knows? Maybe you can hitchhike.
Yeah, we'll try and hitchhike along the way, but we will just be traveling there on foot, probably.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Multiverse.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah, so tune in next time for Hitchhiker's Guide to the Multiverse. Oh, I forgot I titled this episode After Waterdeep in full caps. Wow, someone called the Trash Rat said we are great. What awful taste.
Now, this is a standard issue level 2 adventure.
Yeah.
We've encountered a god, we've gone to another dimension,
Very standard.
we've met Xanathar and a Beholder and fucking...
I will tell you this. You're very close to leveling up again. Because you got a lot of big information and learned a lot.
Meet squirrels, level up.
True. Encounter squirrel, level up. They're just so powerful it just leaks off of them. The strength.
We'll meet the squirrels again, and they'll just be like, "Come forth, for we detect a ounce of potential within you." Boop, level up.
You will meet the squirrels again next time.
On Dragon Ball Z.
Squirrel Ball Z.
Squirrel Ball Z. The Friday game is Dragon Ball Z.
Accurate.
Well, my